What if I told you that the academic world, a place we often think of as built on logic and facts, is now caught in a storm of controversy over whether someone was given a prestigious title they didn't fully earn? This isn't just about a single person's mistakes. It's about the very soul of how institutions like Cambridge decide who gets to shape the future of knowledge. And the name here is Jason Arday, a man who became the youngest black professor at Cambridge in 2023. Only for his career to unravel in a firestorm of plagiarism accusations and questions about whether his rise was truly merit-based or if he was a symbol of a diversity initiative gone wrong. Personally, I think this story is a mirror held up to academia's growing pains. It's not just about one man's errors. It's about the tension between celebrating diversity and ensuring that excellence isn't sacrificed in the process. What makes this really interesting is how quickly the debate has shifted from did he cheat to was he targeted because of his race? That's the kind of question that turns a scandal into a cultural lightning rod. Let's unpack this. Arday resigned after plagiarism allegations surfaced. But here's the kicker. He's not the first person to face scrutiny over their academic work. What makes this different is the timing and the context. He was thrust into the spotlight as a trailblazer, a rare black face in a historically white institution. But when his PhD thesis was flagged by software for copied passages, it didn't just raise eyebrows. It sparked a debate about whether his achievements were genuinely earned or if he was being used as a token to fill a diversity quota. From my perspective, this isn't just about one individual's integrity. It's about the pressure on universities to prove they're inclusive while maintaining academic rigor. What many people don't realize is that this isn't a new phenomenon. There's a growing undercurrent of skepticism about whether diversity initiatives sometimes prioritize representation over qualifications, and Arday's case has become the perfect flashpoint. Now, here's where it gets even more tangled. Nathan Kofnas, the researcher who first raised the plagiarism issue, is no stranger to controversy himself. His own views on meritocracy and race have made him a polarizing figure. But the fact that his findings were taken seriously by others raises a deeper question. Is the academic world finally holding its own leaders accountable, or is this just another case of cancel culture run amok? A detail I find fascinating is that Liverpool John Moores University, which awarded Arday his PhD, initially dismissed the plagiarism claims as honest errors. But when you start digging, it's hard not to wonder if that dismissal was more about protecting a rising star than about the truth. What this really suggests is that institutions often prioritize their reputation over rigorous investigations until the pressure becomes too much to ignore. And then there's the racial angle, which can't be ignored. Arday has argued that the scrutiny he faced was racially motivated, pointing to the fact that his resignation came amid a broader culture war over diversity in academia. Priyanvada Gopal, one of the academics pushing for an independent inquiry, calls this a false division between excellence and equality. But here's the thing. If you've ever tried to navigate a system that's historically excluded certain groups, you know that the line between tokenism and merit is razor thin. What makes this case so explosive is that it's not just about whether Arday cheated. It's about whether the system that elevated him was fair to begin with. Finally, there's the bizarre twist involving the Metropolitan Police investigating a journalist for contacting Arday about the plagiarism allegations. That alone is enough to make you question whether the real target here isn't Arday, but the press. If you take a step back and think about it, this whole affair is less about a single professor's mistakes and more about a society grappling with the cost of trying to fix centuries of exclusion. Whether Arday's story ends with him being exonerated, disgraced, or somewhere in between, what's clear is that this isn't just a scandal. It's a symptom of a much larger debate about what it means to be worthy of a seat at the table in a world that's still learning how to share it.